Hey guys, Dr. Bryan here. For those of you that were in attendance last week, I told you I'd be sending you some email videos on some simple tips and strategies to help our athletes stay healthy and be able to compete at their highest level. Part of our tenet of our speed and agility camp is to prevent injuries from happening, but also we need to talk about when they do happen, how do we take care of them. So today I'm going to go over two little things that are the most common things you're going to run into to get your athletes back on the field. Number one is going to be sprains. So let's just talk about sprained ankles for an example, but this could be a knee, a hip, elbow, anything. The best thing you can do for a sprain is ice. I know that some of you get on Dr. Google and they tell you to heat things. You should never, ever, ever heat an injury. Always ice it. Why do we ice it? Well, we ice it because when you injure, let's say, an ankle, it swells. Your body sends inflammation and fluid to the area. There could be some bleeding in there. We want to get that stuff out of there as fast as possible and allow the body to reinvigorate it with some healing fluids. So ice pushes fluid away. Heat, on the other hand, attracts fluid. So you end up causing more swelling, which causes more damage to the joint capsule and the ligaments and the tissues around there. So we want to ice, and you ice like crazy. Ice for 30 minutes, take a couple hours off. Ice for 30 minutes, a couple hours off. The couple hours off, your body naturally, again, puts those healing fluids back into where they belong and allow the tissues to heal. The ice forces them back out, and it kind of ebb and flow creates a great healing environment to get your athletes back on the field as fast as possible. I always tell patients, the running joke in here is that the greatest way to maintain your heating pad is to stretch the cord out as far as you can, take a big pair of scissors and cut it, because you'll never need a heating pad anyways. So ice like crazy. How long do you ice for? Usually 3 to 5 days at minimum. You can never over ice though, so if you want to ice beyond that, feel free. You're never going to hurt yourself by doing that. The second thing is pulled muscles. We've all had pulled muscles before. Again, it's a very common thing that athletes will run into. There's 3 common causes of pulled muscles. Number 1 is fatigue. Number 2 is dehydration. And number 3 is lack of flexibility. We are going to hammer our athletes during this camp to become more flexible. Over 16 years of being in practice, I'm always appalled at how many high-level athletes here can't touch their toes. So we're going to work on flexibility. But what happens when you do get a pulled muscle? Well, when you pull a muscle, you basically tear the muscle fibers. It's already overstretched. So what people usually end up doing is we'll just stretch the muscle farther. Well, the more you stretch it, the more you just tear the fibers that are already damaged and never heal properly. This leads to re-aggravation of injuries, repetitive injuries over and over again. So the last thing you want to do is stretch it. It's already overpulled or overstretched. We don't want to stretch it any further. The best thing to do is some active recovery, whether it's walking, biking, those types of things. Don't stretch it. Let it heal up a little bit. Usually if you let it heal up for 10 to 14 days, it'll heal up the way it's supposed to. You're back on the field in no time. Again, any active recovery, walking, biking, those types of things are great as well. Elliptical is also great as well, but we just don't want to stretch. You've already overstretched it. You don't need to stretch it anymore. So there's 2 little tips to help get our athletes back on the field when they do get injured. I'm going to be sending you one of these a week, covering different topics. Again, one of our big core things in this program is to help athletes stay on the field and prevent injuries. And once in a while, we need to talk about when they do get hurt. So from all of us, Will's Chiropractic, thank you so much. We're super excited. The first 2 days have gone fantastic. I've got a little feedback saying the athletes are a little sore, so that's a good thing. Kind of building some muscles there. Feel free to email us or call us if you have any concerns or questions. And we hope to see you all very, very soon. Have a great day.